I'm going to show you how you can highlight quotes in an article in GALE Science in Context so that you can make notes on those quotes and save them to your Google Drive and refer back to them later. So I'm researching bees and I found this great article, and there's a really important section here that talks about how bees are really important because of how they pollinate different crops and plants. And so I think that's really important to what I'm researching, and I want to highlight it and paraphrase it so that I can include my paraphrased writing rather than this quote in my own research write-up that I'm going to do. So I highlighted it with my mouse, and I'm going to click here where it says Notes. So you can see that highlights it, and it gives me the space to write a note. So I'm going to paraphrase it in my own words, and I want you to do that also, because then you're practicing writing it out so you can avoid plagiarizing this article, and you also don't have to use a lot of direct quotes. So here I go. All right, so I feel like I captured the meaning of that section of this text, so I'll save my note, and I could highlight other things throughout this text. I can go into other articles and highlight other things from those texts. When I feel like I've done enough research and I have a sufficient answer to my research question, I can download my notes to my Google Drive. So first, I want to just come up here and make sure I'm signed in with my Google Drive, and I am. So I'll go over here to where it says Notes, and then you want to go to More, and then click Highlights and Notes. So here are all the notes I've taken. This is the one that I just did, and then you can see I have some other notes from another article that I read. Here is the quote, the direct quote from the text, and then here are my notes. If I feel like I need to change them a little bit, I can click on any of them and edit it, and then save. And once I feel like they're all good and I'm happy with the notes that I have, I'm going to come over here to where it says Download. It gives me the option to save to Google Drive, so I will click that. And then it says it's downloaded it to my Google Drive. Okay. So I'll come into my Google Drive, and in my Google Drive there's this orange folder called Science in Context, so you want to open that up. And here is the one that I just downloaded. I can rename that if I want. And that's a more specific name maybe for my document. And then if I open that, I can refer to this later, even after I've signed out of GALE, because it's going to delete all my notes, but then I can refer to this while I'm writing my research write-up, and I don't have to, reopen all of these articles again. So that is how you highlight sections of text, make notes, and save them to your Google Drive when you are using Science in Context.